to them and let them know that ma'am will be joining soon or whatever.
Yes.
एक बार रीमा मैम से भी बात करके देख लीजिए. You are mute, ma'am.
I will give her a call, ma'am, once. 1 minute.
Yeah. And then just record the session also. जो ये record button आपको नीचे दिख रहा है ना, वो आप सिर्फ दबा दीजिए. अच्छा, it is being recorded. Don't worry. Already recording चालू है. पूजा मैम बात हो गई रीमा मैम से? आप म्यूट हो मैम. आप म्यूट हो मैम.
Ma'am, she's joining. She's facing some network issue.
Okay, ma'am.
Will one start as Reema ma'am joins, and good afternoon to all the participants who are joining. We'll begin in a short while. Yes, ma'am is here.
Actually,
Hello?
mobile I'm able to connect. The laptop is not yet connected. It chala gaya abhi. Hello, hello. हाँ पूजा मैम.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
अच्छा नहीं, एक्चुअली ना मेरे लैपटॉप को ऐसा हो रहा है कि कनेक्शन चला है, तो मोबाइल में वापस लॉग इन किया अभी.
Okay.
It will take only 2 minutes to log in.
Not an issue. We'll wait for members to join in. We'll take
Okay,
2
sure. हाँ, okay.
In the meanwhile, you can just adjust with the laptop.
Yeah.
I once again welcome all the participants, all the members who have joined in. We just begin within 5 minutes. We wait for a few more to join. So it is a wonderful afternoon where we are going to talk a lot of many important things. So it is also my privilege being here and talking about the guidelines, COVID guidelines for reopening of the schools, the pre-primary sections and the daycares. So the pandemic has, it has made us a step behind, where our children are the pre-primary section, the small one, the toddlers have lost many, the most important years, which are called the foundational years, the 2 years of their schooling. So now once we are over the pandemic, fingers crossed that we don't face the third wave. So we are going to talk about a very well and minutely written manual by our respected President Swati ma'am. Then there are also a few more people whom I would like to thank. Swati ma'am, Rita ma'am, Kamini ma'am, Suman ma'am, Farida ma'am, Vidya Murthy ma'am, and many people who have put lots of effort to detail and give us guidelines regarding the reopening of the daycares and the primary section. Ma'am, all set? Rima ma'am, with the laptop?
1 minute. How much?
Okay. So let
Yeah,
us.
we are getting
I would
connected.
okay. So this is what our Early Childhood Association works for. Works for the small ones, the toddlers, where we feel that their formative years are the most important years, right? Wherein the children build up. The footprints remain till lifelong. So ECA, APER, Association for Primary Education and Research, is also a body of ECA, with the has with a goal to see that the years of from 6 to 10 years of their childhood, where they are educated properly, they have the common goal and a smooth transmission that ensure that stays lifelong for the success of the children. So this is ECA, APER I'm talking about. And let me introduce to our today's panelist, Ms. Rima Ganguly. So Ms. Rima Ganguly is the principal of pre-primary section of ACs. Ma'am, you're on mute. Yes. Ma'am is also a very
Hello,
creative
everyone.
person. Yeah. And she is also a working committee member of ECA. Myself, Pooja Jaiswal. I'm a teacher at ACs and I'm in education field past 20 years, working from the grassroots to now in the primary section. So I take up the privilege of being the TH of Bhavnagar and working in this field with, blessings of Swati ma'am and my seniors like Rima ma'am. So with the children, we have been working long. We try to understand the children and the path which ECA shows us. Our president Swati ma'am, I'm a huge fan of her. So her minutes, her all kinds of she tells us about the children, and when we hear, we implement in our day-to-day life when working with children. So can we have the journey of our ECA, Rima ma'am? Can we have a short video played for ECA?
Yeah, 1 minute, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, 1 minute.
So till ma'am gets set with it, I would like to.
Laptop is not connected. So, like, it is not getting connected. I'm trying, but I'm doing it in the mobile at present.
Okay, fine. Once we look at the journey and the workings of ECA, and then Rima ma'am will brief up with all the minutes in the manual of the COVID guidelines for the reopening of the daycares and the pre-primary sections. So that would be the next. After Rima ma'am finishes up with her detailing of the manual, we will have a Q&A round. Viewers can post their questions, if any, in the chat box. till the video comes up, I would like to even you brief about the free course. I will be posting the link for the free course about the COVID guidelines and the reopening. Yes, we have the screen sharing by Rima ma'am.
One minute, ma'am. Something is happening.
Not an issue, ma'am. Yes, we are eagerly
Yeah.
waiting.
Okay. Yeah, because like something I don't know, it is not working. Previously, it was working when we tested. Now it's something went wrong.
Yeah. Not an issue, ma'am. Not an issue.
Yeah. Sorry for this.
So till the video comes up, I think it is a network issue. I'm sorry for this inconvenience. Rima ma'am, the video has no voice in it.
Pardon?
Okay.
Yes,
Dummy
ma'am.
video.
Stop that first.
We say children are the future, and that's true. But there is a fundamental problem with that idea. It suggests that they are just kids now, but later, when they become the future, we can start taking care of them with colleges and universities, a better economy, a better job climate. But that's wrong. A recent New York Times editorial invest resources. The most critical time that you have children is right now. It's not that we don't want to care for our children. way to do this. Early Childhood Association of India is our mission. Help the country invest in taking care of its youngest citizens. Children go through a period of rapid learning in the first 5 years. The most embedded parts of their personality, their attitude, moral value, social value, their learning ability, how they.
I think there is again a technical glitch from Rima ma'am's end. So ECA focuses on the formative years of the children, as well as it also helps teachers, professionals, and people who deal with for the betterment of children. Rima ma'am, are you there, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
Okay, but your share screening is stopped, ma'am. The video has stopped.
Yeah, okay. Start the video.
Looking at big changes, revolutionary changes. We are taking baby steps. From these children. They are in the right direction.
Okay, so the journey of ECA, what ECA does for children, it not only focuses on the formative years and the growth of the children, again, I repeat, but also ECA helps professionals, teachers, people who deal with children through their work in Balwadis, daycare centers, rural crèches, entrepreneurial, and basically anyone who contributing for the welfare of the children, it's directly or indirectly, we are able to provide them with resources of all sorts. May it be through workshops, teacher trainings, etc. So, not wasting more of time, I will go get over to Rima ma'am, where she will enlighten us and talk about all the details in the manual by respected Swati Popat ma'am. Over to you, Rima ma'am.
Thank you, Pooja ma'am. And good afternoon, everyone present here today. And now we are now like eagerly waiting for the preschools to reopen. We have already got, in Gujarat, we have already got the permission to open from 6 to 12 standard. And now we are eagerly waiting from nursery till 5th standard when the school should reopen, because as it is, the nursery, the pre-primary is a very crucial stage where the children have not yet seen the school. They don't know what is a school. They have never gone to the playhouses due to this pandemic. And so when we reopen the schools, it will be a very new thing for them. It is something new. They don't know that what is a school. So there should be some few guidelines which Dr. Swati Popat ma'am and her team all have very organizingly prepared a booklet for which if we follow it, there should not be any problem. So today I'm going to specifically describe few things, how we should prepare ourselves, how should we prepare our daycare or our playhouses or our school, then how should we train, what should we teach our staff, support staff to follow the hygienic rules, the COVID-19 guidelines, and then also how to keep our transport clean, how to educate the parents also, because first time the children are coming, they have seen, since these years, these crucial years of their life, they have seen the parents, they have not mixed up with so many friends, they have not seen a teacher, they have not seen the school. So it is the primary need of the parents to be guiding the children, that what is the school, describing them the good experience of the school, and then also teaching them about the name of the teacher, the ways they should behave in the school. So let me start with it. I'll just share a screen, and then I'll talk to you regarding the points. Yes, so I'm very thankful to the territory heads of ECA to giving me a chance to just discuss about the guidelines for reopening of the school and the preschools. These guidelines are provided by ECA and APER, which deals with the first, like from nursery to second, third standard, like the crucial years of the children. And the website is whatever is it all. It is already discussed by Pooja ma'am. So I'll start with a manual, which this is the manual which give us the guidelines very nicely. It is given and very precisely it has been given, which helps the parents and the teachers and the owners of the preschools to follow. If you follow this guideline, it is very systematically it is given, and thanks to ECA for this manual. Now, first of all, the COVID centers, which we should, what guidelines should we follow? So first, when government gives us the guidelines to open the preschools, so we should have a preschooling schedule. Like, we have to look into how to maintain social distance in the classroom, how to arrange the sitting, how to plan the sitting arrangements. Then we have to, if there are 2 shifts, then it is okay. But if the kids are small, not that many, the strength is not that too much, then you can have 1 shift and you can do it in alternate days. But if there are 2 shifts in school, then we have to form a schedule how we can manage the strength, because we need social distancing, we need hygiene, health, we need to follow all the guidelines. Then you have to decide about the school transport, because that is also a point where the spread of the coronavirus will be there. So we need to discuss about the school transport. Then there should be the attendance also, we should look into it. So like if it is, when the school is reopening, the arrangement should be there that the benches, it should not be too many benches in the class. The benches, the extra benches should not be there, because the more you touch something, come into contact, we should remove all the things which should come in contact with the kids or the teachers, because we should have minimum, the less contact we have, the less it is a risk of spreading the virus. So we should not have extra benches, and in each benches there should be 1 child. Then we should have the carpets, if there are carpets, if there are soft toys, those should be removed from the classrooms, because it cannot be washed, it cannot be sanitized. So there is maximum contact with multiple contacts are there. So it is better we remove those. Then the school transport I'm talking about, it should be every day, it should be cleaned properly. It should be sanitized properly, because there are people are always traveling in it. The kids are there, that they are touching, they are coming in contact with the rods with the doors, everything. So it should be sanitized properly. Then we come to the attendance of the kids, how we can manage it. Like if we have, like we can start with the higher classes. What we are doing, we start with the higher classes and then we can come up to the lower. So the older children will come to the school first and then we'll call the smaller ones. This is one approach you can keep. The second is the alternate days approach. Like if we have a good strength, a huge strength in the school, that you can call the student. It is not possible for them to come together to the school. So you can have alternate days, like 3 days, a few group of children come, and the other 3 days, the other group of children come. So this alternate, you can switch off to alternate classes. Then you can switch off to shifts. If you have one shift, so you can divide it into 2 shifts, and you can call few children in the morning shift and few children in the afternoon shift. So the COVID guidelines will be followed, where you will not be crowding so many of the children. Then after that, you can also like ensure that the new admission starts in the beginning. Like either you can go with the older students, or you can go with the new admissions, because new admissions, they are coming to school for the first time. So you can start with them. The old admissions who are already there, they've already attended and they have already been in the class. So it is easy to manage them. But the new students, you don't know them physically. So it is better to call the new students first. Then the sitting arrangements, what I have talked, it should be made alternate chairs. In one bench, one child should sit. And then you have to plan out for the vacations, the Christmas vacation, the Diwali vacation, because you have to make changes there. You also have to make changes in the other things, that is the open houses, then the meetings, PTMs, and all the competitions, whatever it is. Okay, you have to make all the changes in your schedule, in your academic schedule. Then we come to the quarantine procedure. Like there should be a sick room in the school. You should have a sick room in the school, because if there is a sick room, like all the child, or even the children, when they come during the normal period, also when they used to come to school, many fell sick in the midway, and we had to call the parents. So it is in this time, so it is, the chances are more. So you have to have a sick room, where if you see any child suffering from fever or from cough, or maybe the child was okay at home, but when after coming not feeling well, the child has to follow the quarantine procedure, where the child has to be kept, so that you can look after it, and till the parents come and collect the child can be separated out, and it will be better for the child there. Then temperature checks. Every school should have the thermal gun or the temperature, and it should have a long, like their contact should not be skin to skin contact should not be there. It should be enough that you don't have to touch someone's body. Okay, so this temperature checks should be there. And if it is found that the temperature of the child is exceeding, if it is not below 100, so then you have to call the parent, and you have to tell the parent to keep the child at home. So this temperature check is also necessary. Then you have to follow the safety and the hygienic guidelines, for which you have to follow the washing of hands, the wearing of mask, and other things. Okay, that it is compulsory to wear the mask, and then wash the hands after and before, sanitize it. When you find your hands dirty, visibly dirty, you need to wash it with soap and water. If soap and water is not available, then you can use the sanitizer, which must contain 60% of alcohol. So this safety and hygienic should be followed. There should be sanitizers, and only the thing is that you should not keep the things only there, but you should guide the children. You should teach the children to use those things. So it is the centers, the COVID centers should have all these points, the 5 points in their mind before they reopen the school, and they should plan out the things. First, they should plan out the reopening schedule, how they're going to reopen, whether it will be alternate days, or it will be 2 shifts, or it will be or older students with previous it start with older students and then come to the younger ones, or it may be that they start with the new admissions first and then come to the old ones. So this is the planning. Then they should have this plan about the school transport, how many child should travel in the bus or the van, and they should clean the van properly. It should be sanitized and it should be properly hygienic one. Then the quarantine procedure, that if you find any child not well, then their child should be taken out in a separate room, the sick room, which we say, before the parents are called, and they should be handed over to the parents. And the parents should be guided also that if the child is not keeping well, then better it is for the child to stay and rest at home. Then the temperature checks through the thermal guns, and then the safety and hygienic, that is wearing the mask compulsorily, washing the hands with soap and water or using a sanitizer. And these are the steps which the COVID, this is the COVID measure steps which the center will conduct. Then we come to the most important ones, that is guidelines for teaching, training staff and the teachers. So this is a very important part, that how you should always train your staff, because they are the ones who are in direct contact with the parents, direct contact with the kids. So you have to teach them the guidelines, and staff, and also the non-teaching staffs, also the support staff. So training is a must for the teachers during this COVID, and it is not related to academic training, which we give to the, which we used to give during normal time of the year, but this is something related to health hygiene. And if the teachers are trained properly, they can explain it to everyone. So first of all, I want to say that, you know, whatever is written in the manual is very nicely given, the points which you can, how you can train your staff. That is, you should first conduct a risk assessment. Like, the staff is not of the same age, they are of different ages. So sorry, they have different chronic diseases or some chronical conditions. So all these risk factors are there. So you should have a study of the staff, the teachers who are there, and the support staff also, that what is their age, what chronical conditions they have, what risk factors they have, before you send them to the class or directly to the, call them for the classes or in the school. Then you also have to that you have to explain the fact that all of our aspects are there in the manual. It should be explained to the teacher. Then they should always have a app, a health app, like Arogya Setu, what we say, or maybe some other health app also, which is by the government, which is already given by the government. They should have that app, and before coming to school and after going home, they should always use that app. And whenever they enter the school, there's temperature also to be taken, they also to be sanitized, they also have masks to be worn. Then the most important thing what we need to train the teachers is that, since the children are studies out of school for such a long time, so we need not always focus on academics only. We know that they have suffered this academic loss a lot, but still we cannot only teach them just academics. In school, we have to give them the health hygiene, how to maintain this. They have to give the train. They have to explain it to the students also, how they should remain healthy and how they should maintain the hygiene. So you should not only concentrate on academics. And the important thing is that for the first 6 months, the reopening of the school, for the first 6 months, there should not be any distribution of worksheets, any papers, like, these things you always come in contact with the, like nothing related to contact with students, teacher and parents. So worksheets, papers, book exchange, library, going to the library and reading the books, where there are chances of multiple contacts. Please do not go for that for the first 6 months, because it may create something. It may, when the children will come in touch with the touch with these books which were multiply contacted, so it is better, they may get the infection. So it is better we avoid these things. Then we should also avoid water play. We should also avoid sand play. These things, or playing with duck, because these have a chance of multiple contacts. The playing with play ducks and all, which is provided from the school. So then this thing should be, the teacher should be trained regarding these things, that you should not fall. You should remove this from your academics for 6 months at least. Then we come to the point, listen, comfort and reassure. Listen, comfort and reassure is, we should listen to the children, we should comfort them, and then we should reassure them, because this is a very what do you say, that it is very new for them. It is also new for our teachers, taking online classes, sending videos, coming not in physically contact with the child, but the child is sitting at home and through a device we can see the child and we are speaking to the child, which is not a real or virtual one. So it is a very crucial time for teachers, for students as well. So, and then when they first come to school, they are wearing the mask. The teachers are also wearing the mask. So the teachers are supposed to wear the mask and continue wearing it, because if they only wear it, then only the children will learn that they have to wear it. If the teacher is putting out down the mask, then the children will also behave the same way. They imitate the teachers always. So it is better the teacher always wear the mask. Now, when you wear the mask, what happens? Our speech is not so clear. So the child who is hearing for the first time a teacher, a new person, and through the mask, it may be difficult for the child to listen to it. So what happens? The child may get depressed, that the child is not able to hear what the teacher is saying. So now the teacher has to change the voice modulation. She has to talk in such a way, with signs, with eye expression, with language, with body language, and the voice modulation. She to speak in such a way that it is clear to the child what the teacher is trying to convey. In no circumstance shall the teacher put down the mask and talk to the child, because this is what the child will then learn, that I have to put the mask down and talk, or while I am talking, I can put down the mask. So under any circumstance, the teacher will not put the mask down, but with her voice modulation, with her body language, signs, eyes, movement, she can make the child understand, make the students understand what she wants to say. So this is like this way. And also the children are also wearing the mask. So obviously it will be same, that they will also not be able to convey what they want to say. So it is the job of the teacher to listen to them properly and emotionally. So, okay, they should give a touch of emotion to the child, as it is like wearing a mask. First of all, coming to school after so many months, it is a punishment for they think that it is a punishment for them. Then wearing the mask, carrying a sanitizer bottle, and seeing a teacher with a mask on, just like a doctor whom many of the children are scared of. So they get a feeling of scaredness. So this is, the teacher should always deal with them emotionally. So first, the listen is that they should listen to the children, what they want to say, their concern, what they want to do. And so this is like, they have lot of questions. Why I have to be in the, like, learn through, why do I have to learn through mobile phones? Why cannot I come to school? Why you are there, not touch? then why the teacher is wearing mask? There are so many concerns they will have. So the teacher has to, and the children also have to calm the teacher also have to calm the children, comfort them that whatever is there, you have to remain calm, and like always showing them that you are not disappointing them, but encouraging them, and you can do all these things. And then the teacher also has to reassure that you have to, that whatever whatever we are doing it, that the child, you have to reassure that your child, you are safe in the school, you are properly taken care of. So these are the 3 points: listen, comfort, and reassure. What the teacher has to be trained, and the teacher will then behave in this manner to the kids. Then they have to maintain hygiene also. Hygiene is what way? That it should be every day. They should wash their hands with soap and water. If water is not available, they should clean their hands with sanitizer, and that sanitizer also should have 60% of alcohol in them. Then if the hands are visibly dirty, it should be always washed with hands and soap and water. Then whenever the children are, this is also very important, whenever the children are using a sanitizer, then they have to be supervised. They should always be under the supervision of an adult while using a sanitizer, because it contains 60% of alcohol. And if by chance they drink it or they take it, so it will be dangerous for them. So it is better to use the sanitizer under the supervision of adults. Then also, if they are coughing or sneezing, they should be told that you have to cover before doing this. Hand wash. How do we wash our, and how and when we wash hands? So first you enter your school, the first thing, and after breaks, you should wash your hands. Then before you prepare the food or the drink, this is sometimes schools which give meals to the children. The person who is preparing should wash the hands before and after the preparation, and before and after eating also, or handling food or feeding the child, the hand should be washed. Then before and after medication, applying some ointment, some medicine, the one who is applying it should wash the hands before doing it and after doing it. Then after and before diapering also, whenever you are diapering a child, before doing that you should wash your hands, and after doing it you should wash your hands. Then for toilets, as usual we know, then when coming in contact with bodily fluid, then when playing outdoors, or when we are handling garbage. So these are the time when you need to wash your hands. It is not only sanitizing, it should be washed with soap and water. And how will you wash the hands? That also every time we can see in the television, that for 20 seconds we need to wash it. It is not like we are doing it and washing it away. It should be rubbed this way for 20 seconds, and in between fingers like this, it should be done. Okay, in between fingers, and it should be rubbed properly, and then you should wash your hands. So it is 20 seconds you should take to wash your hands. And as I have told you, that whenever the children are using a sanitizer, it should be supervised. Then when these are the way you will wash your hands. Then there are few exercises, like continuously sitting in the teaching the children, or wearing a mask. It can be, we are not used to it, so it can be a bit stress for us. So there are few exercises to relax, which we can tell the students also, and which we can also do. Like first of all, you need to pressurize your head this way for 20 seconds or 15 seconds. You should pressurize it so that you can feel the stress here, the nerves and all stress, you can feel it. Then slowly counting, you should, in 30 seconds, you should release it like this. And you see how it feels. It feels a very calmness, and you see, and it relaxed you feel. So this way you have to pressurize it, and then slowly you need to release it. Okay. and you will feel how like it is very nice. It just gives a good experience, and it gives, and you feel like you are becoming very relaxed. So this way, this is the first exercise you can do. Other exercise you can do is, you can do it like this. This shoulder should touch the ears. Till here you can do it. And then again counting, you can within 30 seconds, you can put it down. Again, you can do it, and you can keep it here for 15 seconds. And then slowly, slowly, you can put it down, okay? And you will feel so much relaxed here. Then you can do it like your hands. You can fold your fists tightly, and then you can put it on your chest. You can put it very tightly here, and then you can slowly release it. Okay, again, you can put it like this, and then you can release it, and see how you will. Like this, you can do with your legs also. You can stretch your muscles very hard, and then we release it. It gives such a good relaxing experience. So these are the 4 exercises which you need to do to relax yourself also. So the teachers and the support staff has to be trained, and you can use this manual by ECA. Thanks to ECA for providing a manual for us, so we don't need to scribble here and there in the net. So everything is there in this manual. So you can go through it, and you can train your teachers. Then you can listen, comfort, and reassure. Teach them how to listen to the child, how to comfort the child, and to reassure them. Then you can teach them how to maintain hygiene. You can teach them the steps of hand wash and the exercises to relax. So this is what the teachers we should train. Now let's come to how we will train the parents, because school is not only with children and teacher. There are 3 ways: the parent, the teacher, and the child. Okay, so if these 3 are in connections, in coordination with each other, then you will see that the school is running very smoothly. The children are very happy, and happy children makes happy parents, and happy parents makes happy school. So first you have to, for the parents, guidelines you have to give. Now you cannot train the parents. You have to give them guidelines. You have to give them sets of ideas. You have to give them sets of guidelines, which if they follow, it is better for them. So first and foremost, you should prepare a PowerPoint presentation or a poster where you should give the following points, like hygiene habits during coughing and sneezing, hand washing, social distancing, wearing a mask. These are the PowerPoint presentations which you can send to share with your parents. And these parents, when they will watch this PPT, and then they can explain it to their children, because parents are the first teacher. We always know that parents is the first teacher, and the teachers are the second parents. So this is what the connection is between teacher, parent, and child. So if we share the PPT with them beforehand, before we plan to open the playhouse, so if the preschools or daycares, then we can share them the PPT, and it will be good for them so that they can guide their children. Then you tell them, explain the children, parents, that we are not stressing on academic skills at present, because it is necessary for the child to come to school, know what is school, and then learn the methods of learn how to remain healthy, how to follow the rules of guidelines of COVID-19, or how to be hygienic. So this will be our first concentration when we are starting the school. Academics will come after that. It will follow automatically. It will follow if we follow this. Then tell the parents that teach your child not to share food or water with any other children. Teach them that they should monitor their child's health from home itself. If the child is coughing, if the child is having temperature, they should not be sent to school. They should be kept at home. And so you always continuously guide the parents, telling them that you should follow this. You tell your children not to share anything. Tell your children not to if they are not feeling well, to tell them so that they are not sent to school. Okay, then there should be forms and documentations are there. Like when you are opening the school, government has given you the guidelines to open it, but still we need the consent of the parents. So these forms should be there where the parents have given the consent that they are ready to send the child. We cannot force any parent to send their child to school. Okay, we cannot force them even if the government says, and we cannot tell them that you have to, because it is up to the parent. If they think that their child is still at a risk to go and mix up in the crowd, we cannot force them. So it is. Then there should be forms for sick and quarantine policies should be there. Then there should be temperature taking policies. Encourage the children. We should always encourage the children that if they are ill, they should stay at home. So these are the things. What first is the self-declaration form, then the consent form, then the sick and quarantine policies, then the temperature taking policies. All these should be, this guideline should be sent to the parents so that they are aware about it, that when the child will first enter the school, how the school will take care of their safety and health and hygiene. And also it should be like they should teach their children also that when you go to the school, there will be a machine which will take your temperature. There'll be a bottle of sanitizer, a liquid which will be given to you to clean your hands. And so these things, if they are aware, then it will not be like that it will seem too new and they will be afraid of it. Then we come to, there are few myths and misconceptions, that we say that kadha khane se humko COVID nahi hoga, that like this, many things. But it is not that. There are few myths and misconceptions which should be cleared, that the virus attacks only the old ones and spares the young ones. It is not true. Okay, we have this, that in the first wave there were many old people only passing away. So it was not that it attacks only the old people, it can attack anyone. Then few think that it gets transmitted to pets. So we try to abandon the pets, but it is also not true. Then the use of mouthwash or the consumption of liquor, which because it has alcohol, because sanitizer has alcohol. So we also think that the things containing alcohol will prevent us from being ill and catching the virus, but it is also not true. Then going for steam bath, sitting outside in the sun, this is also a misconception that the COVID virus will not be there. Then the COVID virus doesn't grow in warm, hot weather. This is also wrong. And also that the disease, like we have in India, we are exposed to so many diseases. So we have a high immunity, so COVID will not come to us. These are all myths and misconceptions which should not be followed, and which should not be, like, it is not proper to follow all these things. It should be clear to the children and to the parents also that don't follow this. Now, helping them understand children behavior. This is very important because along with this COVID, our kids also are all alone at home because we have to maintain social distancing. They are not mixing up with the children. They are not interacting with their friends. So they are always interacting with a group, not group. They are not interacting with their own group, own age. Okay, they are always with their parents or their grandparents. So there is a difference. So the child's behavior changes. The child's the child is always with elder ones, maybe confined to their own siblings. So this have a very much mentally also, the children it not only physically it gives, but mental also. The child is always at home and watching TV or online classes. So it is the children behavior also should be when the kids wants to interact with the parents should understand it, and they should counsel the give the child the teacher should always listen and emotionally deal with the students' behavior. Similarly, the parents also should deal with their own child's behavior. They should very patiently listen what the child wants to say. They should clear the queries which the child have, the concerns, and also teach the child also how to individually, how to maintain the hygiene and how to follow the guidelines. So the parents, first the parents should be given guidelines how to make them understand the children's behavior. Then we come to the point where how to prepare the children. Now, first what happened, we have prepared our daycare, how to do it. We have planned out everything, and we have set all the rules, the guidelines, how to follow the COVID-19 rules and guidelines, and we are reopening the daycare. Then we are training the staff who will be there inside it and interact with the children. Then we are guiding the parents. We are sending them guidelines that this way you have to follow. If you follow, it will be better. If you prepare your child beforehand, so that the child when comes to school is all prepared, what is the school, who is my teacher, what class I am, and how I have to behave in the school. So the parents also have been sent guidelines. Now the main thing is how you will prepare the children for that. You have prepared your teachers, you have prepared your daycare, you have prepared your parents, but the main is the children. If they don't like to come inside the school, then how will it be? So first of all, you have to make it very interesting. Walk through them a presentation. When they come to school, don't make it this way that you are coming here to study or something. Make a presentation or make a story, something very interesting what they will hear. So make a presentation or a story type thing, which will explain how they will behave in the school after the pandemic. Okay, so how they have to follow the guidelines, but not through rules. Because children, we cannot teach them through rules. We have to teach them through various stories and various presentations, which will be interesting to them, so that they follow all the hygienic, how to wash their hands, how to cover, like with elbow, or maybe with a cover with a, it is better to do with an elbow, and then with a handkerchief also, that when they cough or sneeze, they have to cover their mouth. How to hand wash for 20 seconds. Then social distancing they have to follow, especially maintain social distancing of 1 meter or 3 feet from the people who are not well, and then wearing a mask. So these are the main things which they have to be taught, that you cannot always go out when you go for food, when you have your breakfast, or after your breakfast, you should wash your hands. If it is visibly clean, then you should do it with soap and water. If it is visibly dirty, you should do it with soap and water. If you don't have soap and water, you can go for a sanitizer, but it should contain 600. When the child is using the sanitizer, it should not be he should not be alone. There should be an adult supervision. Then the child has to be taught that you have to maintain a social distance. You will not share your food. You will not share your books even. You will not share any of your belongings. And you will not use any of the things which are multiply contacted. You will not, the teachers will also make it a point that no soft toys, no other toys which have a chance of, you cannot clean it, that okay, the things which plastic things or by molded things which you can clean it with soap and water, it is okay if they touch, but not the soft toys. So you have to remove all these things, and you have to tell the child that if you want to bring any soft toys from home, then you have to use it and you have to keep it in your bag inside. No one, you will not give it to anyone. So no sharing of toys, no sharing of books, no sharing of food, no sharing of water. Then wearing a mask is compulsory. And if they are not feeling well or they are feeling uneasy, they have to tell to the parent or to the teacher that they are feeling unwell or they are feeling uneasy, so that the teacher can make provisions to send the child home, or maybe the parent will take the decision not to send the child to school that day and take a rest. So you should show the children through a presentation or storytelling all these things. They will not see, they will not hear to any of the guidelines, any of the ways, points wise you say to them, but with pictures, they will be able to do all the things. So when you are calling children to school, you prepare the, be thorough with the guidelines, walk through them through a presentation story or a story about hygiene, hand washing, social distancing, wearing a mask, no sharing, and also to inform whether they are unwell or feel uneasy. So these are the points which you need to tell the children. So now we have discussed how we can prepare ourselves, our daycare for reopening, then how we can train our teachers, and what guidelines we can give the parents and the children for reopening when they first come to school. So now these are the posters which and the signages which you can use. Okay, see, physical distancing, because children can read less. The pre-primary children are more used to pictures. They love pictures. So if you give them pictures and if you tell them that these are the uses, then they will learn it easily. Like you have to stand here, you can have footprints and tell them, and it will be a game for them also, like they will enjoy it. So you have footprints which you will tell to social, which will mention about social distancing. Then maintain hand hygiene, like washing with soap and water, then sanitizing it, and then no contact, no, like no touching, no handshake, nothing, only namaste you can do it. So all these points, these are the posters which you can use in your school. Okay, so here I come to the end. I hope that I am able to explain to you how we are going to follow the guidelines when we reopen the school. Hope so that the school will reopen very soon. We are waiting for it. Yes, Pooja ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Rima ma'am. A huge thanks to you. I think you have navigated us very nicely to the manual. And when I went to the manual, I was just wondering how could it be so minutely written. So, but as I said earlier, hats off to Swati ma'am and team, and as well as you have taken us very deeply and detailed everything about the manual. So once we are for the reopening of the schools, I think this manual is enough for us to safely open our preschools and the daycares. I have posted a link where you have a free course for this COVID guidelines. So all the teachers and the principals, and they can have a free course. And surely visit our website. I have put our website address also, www.eca-aper.org. So please do visit our website, ECA website. Please like our Facebook pages also, parenting page, ECA, and we have YouTube also, ECA YouTube. Please do visit those videos also. So, and there are number of courses available for teachers, as well as when we have 48 territories pan India with ECA. I would also I would request, in fact, that it is, once you are an ECA member, as a parent, as a teacher, you are updated and you have all the knowledge. So please do become a member and join ECA groups. You will have the access to the WhatsApp groups of ECAs, the territories as you belong. And again, I would like to thank Swati ma'am and team for this wonderful manual. And thanks Rima ma'am for being here, sparing your valuable time and explaining us and detailing us through all this value. I hope the teachers must have, and the principals must have, who have joined, come to know that it won't be difficult for them to find things here and there. It is all there in the manual. So I would like to ask the participants, if they have any question for ma'am, please put forward in the chat box or in the Q&A section. If any questions, any doubt, I don't think there any doubt remains. I can say that confidently, but in case still. So, and when I was going to the manual, I loved the way Swati ma'am has explained about a happy birthday song and you're washing the hands. So the children don't count the 20 seconds, they sing the happy birthday song and they wash away their hands. That is lovely, a part of the manual. Yes. So again, I thank the viewers, all those who have joined for this webinar. Thank you. Thank you, Rima ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, ECA, for this. I'm grateful to ECA to give him a chance to explain all the manuals. And now it is, I also can follow it without reading the manual, because now it is into me.
To me, yes. Okay, thank you. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.